All right, maybe I am TV47's Father Christmas. I trust that you are well on at this time of the day. Remember, it is 1 minute past the top of the hour East African time. From wherever you're joining us within the 47 counties and even beyond the borders, this is our news program this particular afternoon. Merry Christmas to you. But I know it's a busy and also it's merry-making and having fun. But lend me your ears for 20 or so minutes so that I can bring you up to speed on what has been taking shape in the world of news. But first, the highlights. Kenyans throng churches to celebrate Christmas.
Sababu ya sherehe tumeitwa na chifu yetu atupatie zawadi na tukule pamoja.
It was joy in the area Kirinyaga County as over 400 Mau Mau veterans received Christmas gifts.
Hata tujui watu watakula nini. Tutakaa labda tukunywe soda ama mkate.
And meat may be a luxury this season for some families due to a scarcity of livestock in Kajiado County, exacerbated by the 2021-2022 drought. Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Moige William and this is TV47 News Now. Starting off, Christian faithfuls in Nairobi have thronged churches to observe and celebrate Christmas at the Holy Family Basilica Church in Nairobi. Archbishop Philip Anyolo has urged Christians to fully embrace and experience the joys of Christmas. He emphasized the importance of sharing kindness and love with all, encouraging a spirit of generosity and goodwill during this festive season. All right, we'll be bringing you those details later in our broadcast. Moving on, for many decades, Kajiado County has played a crucial role in the meat business. However, this festive season has witnessed a significant shift due to the impact of the 2021-2022 drought. The severe drought has led to the loss of hundreds of cattle, causing a substantial disruption to the county's traditional dominance in the meat industry. As a consequence, meat prices have soared, making it challenging for many Kenyans to afford the special nyama choma delicacy this season. Nelly Lusige with more.
Majority of Kenyans lack the joy of savoring a favorite meal, particularly meat, may be a luxury this season due to a scarcity of livestock in Kajiado County, exacerbated by the 2021-2022 drought.
Christmas imekuwa shida. Hata tujui watu watakula nini. Tutakaa labda tukunywe soda ama mkate. Juu sasa hata nyama kununua kwa butchery kilo ni kama 1,000.
The current situation is indeed alarming, with the price of a single goat skyrocketing from 8,000 to a staggering 17,000 to 25,000 in just 3 months. Similarly, the purchase of a price of a single cow has surged to a range of 100,000 to 150,000, a significant increase from the previous levels.
Ni kama atuuzi kama vile tulikuwa tunauza ile kipindi juu wanunuzi wanalalamika. Juu mbuzi imekuwa kidogo na inauzwa gali juu imekuwa chache.
Butchery attendants have responded to the shortage by hiking the price of beef meat, now priced at 600 shillings per kilogram from the initial 500 shillings. The cost of purchasing goat meat has also experienced a substantial increase, ranging from 700 to 1,000 a kilo.
Njaa mingi, ng'ombe yetu amekufa kwa kiangazi. Hakuna kitu.
Saa hii anasherehekea na nini na hakuna mbuzi.
Consumers have expressed their dissatisfaction with the radical prices hikes during the festive season, attributing the spike to challenging economic times. Owners, while acknowledging the improved selling prices, highlight that they face a shortage of livestock to sell. These owners anticipate that the prices will continue to rise even further as the year comes to a close.
Mbuzi moja 17,000 na 20,000, lakini hakuna mbuzi, hakuna mtu kwa mbuzi. Saa hii ni mbili.
Nelly Lusige, TV47.
Thank you, Nelly, for that report. Elsewhere, it was joy at Andai area, Kirinyaga County, after the Kiine location chief, David Monene Gidenji, distributed Christmas gifts to over 400 Mau Mau freedom fighters. The chief expressed his delight at the gathering of the 400 Mau Mau veterans who had come from various locations to celebrate the festive season together. Apart from the Christmas gifts, the veterans also received various goodies from the administrator, who encouraged them to fully enjoy their holidays. The Christmas gifts served as a token of recognition and respect for the sacrifices made by these Mau Mau freedom fighters in Kenya's struggle for independence.
Mzee mtoke, ukipatiwa unatoka.
Tumekuwa na sherehe hapa kuambia Mungu asanti kwa sababu hao wazee wakati mwingine wanasaulika na wanatushikilia sana sisi kama serikali. Kwa hivyo nilionea ni vizuri kila mwaka tunakuwa na sherehe hapa kidogo na kusanya ile pesa yangu kidogo ile ambayo napewa na serikali ili naweza kuwafanyia kalamu hapa. Tunakuja tunaomba, tunaambia Mungu asanti kwa sababu ya huu mwaka wote tumekuwa na wao na hakuna hata mmoja ametuacha.
Sababu ya sherehe tumeitwa na chifu wetu atupatie zawadi na tukule pamoja ndipo tusherehekee nini Christmas.
Tunataka yani Gachagua ajue atua yeye ni mtoto wa Mau Mau, afanye kazi kama Mau Mau vile walikuwa wanasema. Mau Mau wakiapa walikuwa wanaapa na kutenda.
Still on matters Christmas celebrations unfolded harmoniously in most churches in Mwingi Town, Kitui County, with a resounding message from religious leaders who urged Christians to extend their generosity to the less fortunate. This call to action comes at a time when many Kenyans are grappling with the high cost of living and the adverse effects of El Niño rains, among other challenges. In a celebratory event marking the birth of Jesus Christ, Pastor Samuel Kinyungu of the God's Revelation Church emphasized the importance of compassion and outreach, urging Kenyans to share with those facing difficulties.
Hawana cha kukula, hawana cha kusherehekea sikukuu hii, kwa sababu sisi ni Wakristo. Ukiona mwenzako ambaye nyumba yake haina chochote, mkaribishe kwa nyumba yako, ama umunulie unga ya ngano, umunulie kamchele, umunulie tumafuta, angalau asherehekee na watoto wake, ili ndiposa ajisikie ako part of the Christmas. Na wale ambao wanasafiri, mandreva wote, tafadhali tukaweze kuchunga watu wetu wa Kenya ili wasafiri na watu vizuri, ili ndiposa wanapofika kwao wakawe na wakati mzuri na watu wa kwao. Ikiwa ni kidogo uko nayo na uwezi ukagawa, mwambie mwenzako akuje kwako ili ndiposa mkaweze kukula pamoja na yeye. Kenya ni yetu, kila mtu tunaipenda Kenya. Tuombee nchi yetu, tuombee rais, tuombee viongozi, tuombee wote walio katika mamlaka, ili Mungu akawaongoze katika mipango ambayo anapanga juu ya nchi ya Kenya.
All right, now let us shift from matters Christmas to matters security, where tension is high in Takwaya and Ombolion areas in West Pokot County. Following last evening, that is where an ambush by suspected bandits occurred. During the attack in Takwaya, one person was killed and an unspecified number of livestock were stolen. Confirming the incident, Ombolion Chief Joseph Korkimul said the security team responded promptly after the incident. They attempted to rescue pursue the bandits, but unfortunately, the perpetrators had already escaped, leaving the scene of the crime. Valerie Mose with the details.
In the wake of recent incidents in the area, residents and leaders led by Kapenguria Member of Parliament Samuel Moroto have strongly criticized security agencies, accusing them of negligence, noting that they only respond after the bandits have already caused harm.
Kitu ambacho nataka niseme ni kwamba hiyo area iko na security ya kutosha. Maaskari wako ya kutosha. Hata wajana na KDF ambao wamekuja jana. Lakini sasa wanafanya nini? Hakuna mtu hata mmoja ambaye ameshikwa. Kuna askari upande wa Turkana, kuna askari upande wa West Pokot.
On his part, West Pokot County Assembly Deputy Speaker Victor Sigwat argued that misidentifying certain areas such as Takwel, Longoron, Laminyeusi and Sarmach as part of Turkana County instead of West Pokot County has created confusion. This misinformation has led to tension, triggering attacks and resulting in loss of life.
What is the connection that the Turkana governor and the Senate of Turkana were at Kainu, and immediately after they left, 2 people were killed? We've been saying always as leaders of Pokot, we need the government of Kenya to summon the governor of Turkana to record statements to tell us what he knows about the insecurities that are along the border.
Several dignitaries participated in recent North Rift Region Peace Tournament aimed at bringing together communities in conflict areas, including 3 cabinet secretaries, 3 governors, 10 MPs, and other prominent figures.
Hiyo tournament kama tukeulizwa mara ya kwanza, hatukefanya hapa makutano, ama Iten, ama Lodwa, hii ingefanywa mahali watu wanasosana. Ndio wenyewe wakuje wacheze, unajua watu wanajuana. Mwingine akasema bwana juzi karibu wanapika mimi. Juzi ilikuwa namna hii. Lakini unajua urafiki inaleta pamoja. Lakini anyway tunashukuru kwa sababu walikuja wakacheza. Hata ime reduce sangine ile tension ilikuwa mbeleni kama vile nimesema sasa upande wa Market. Sangine kuna vitu umeanza kwenda chini huko nini upande wa Kiapi. Ni hapa tu. Lakini mwaka ujao tumesema sasa tutaanza kwenda Mali. Na hata si lazima tuongoje ya Murkomen kwanza ya Murkomen kuja Desemba. Sisi mwezi wa 2, mwezi wa 3 tunaanza yetu.
A section of local leaders opposed the tournament, saying it was inappropriate amid ongoing violence. Some members of the county assembly, protesting against rampant killings, chose to skip the event. Critics argue that the peace-building initiative, particularly the football tournament sponsored by Rhodes Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, has not proven effective as attacks continue to persist in the region. The tournament, once held as a potential solution, is now viewed by dissenting leaders as a futile effort in the face of escalating violence.
Even if Onesmus Murkomen had goodwill to this county in terms of peace, why is the game being played in Makutano, where we don't have issues of insecurity? The game should be taken to the border, where now we can talk about issues of peace, and the people who are affected will listen to us after playing the games.
Valerie Moses, TV47.
All right, Valerie Moses, thank you for that particular report. Moving on, the Director of Affordable Housing at the State Department, that is Moshiri Gakuru, has emphasized the significant impact of the housing project on job creation during an inspection tour of a 2-acre site in Kandara, Murang'a County. Gakuru highlighted that the initiative has not only generated thousands of direct job opportunities for artisans in the informal sector, but has also provided indirect opportunities for the formal sector. He pointed out that leveraging locally available resources, labor and artisans in the housing program could effectively reduce costs while simultaneously employing a substantial number of Kenyans. Currently, the project, which is 10% complete, focuses on construction of 220 housing units.
Yake tunaangalia as venye rais wetu anasema tuko na site kama hizi zaidi ya 30, na hizi site zote ukienda utakunya wa Kenya wanafanya, na hata napeana numbers. We have karibu ya watu 1,120 ambao wanafanya kazi kwa hizi sites. Hii ingine kinapelekana na affordable housing. Ile ingine maneno yanapelekana na affordable housing ni maneno ukileta watu pamoja tunajua wanahitaji kwenda hospitali. So ndio maana tunaangalia hii hospitali iko hapa Makeji, iangaliwe na iweke kuimproviwa. Watu wakikuwa wengi zaidi wanahitaji security, tuna improve hii police post iko hapa Makeji yetu. Watu wakiwa wengi sana tuna improve shule. Ndio maana unaona tuna improve ile shule iko pale Makindi.
All right, and on to another item where Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka now says that the most viable method of establishing a significant office for the opposition leader and prime minister is through referendum. According to Kalonzo, the destiny of Kenyans regarding the NADCO report rests in the hands of parliament. Speaking during an interview with our political reporter Elizabeth Mutuku, Musyoka maintained that despite evident disagreements among Azimio leaders on the report, Azimio remains intact.
And of course, reflecting on the year 2023, I'm Elizabeth Mutuku, and today we speak to Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Wiper leader, on the year, how it has been. It's a simple recap, and would like to hear much from him. Leader, thank you so much for the opportunity. I know the year has had its own fair share of challenges, but then how has it been for you?
Well, it's been a very challenging year, but we thank God because He's seen us through just a few more days. But it's a year that has seen Kenyans come out to the streets to agitate for their constitutional rights as guaranteed under the Constitution 2010. For example, the right to demonstrate, which is guaranteed under Article 37 of the Constitution. I'm sure Kenyans will remember that during the demonstration period, we were very clear in trying to tell them what are the rights under the law, and a lot of them understood that provided you go out there unarmed, the operative words are unarmed, then you have the right to demonstrate, to picket and do other things. But unfortunately, during those demonstrations, we lost a lot of young people. People will remember what happened in Mlolongo. People will remember what happened in Wote, what happened in Kisii, what happened in Kibra, what happened in Mathare. Unnecessary deaths occasioned by police bullets, live bullets. And the thing that shocks me, Elizabeth, is although some of our partners, particularly the ones from the West, are very strong on the issues of basic human rights, right? None of them came out publicly to challenge the Kenyan government to come out clean on the use of live police bullets against innocent citizens who are just demonstrating a chance to get some extra food on the table. Because the main issue was the cost of living. That continues to be the challenge today. So the year also saw us sit as a National Dialogue Committee, and we tried to deal with the issues. And we made a report, which is now before Houses of Parliament. We hope early in January, maybe by mid-January, both speakers of the National Assembly and the Senate will be able to have special sitting.
The high cost of living still remains a challenge.
But of course, the high cost of living may not be on the agenda, but the report is there because we agreed as National Dialogue Committee to disagree on the cost of, on the issue of the high cost of living, which was the #1 item as far as Azimio la Umoja One Kenya was concerned.
There was so much hope from Kenyans, especially from Azimio.
Yeah, we did our best.
Cost of living
we did our best, and Kenyans should never lose hope. But when you're dealing with a leadership that does not seem to be sensitive to the suffering of the people, yeah? Did we not hear some of them even tell university young graduates that I cannot promise you anything? We are faced with a situation which is unprecedented without any historical similarity with regard to the management of the country's economy. We have heard that the stock exchange, securities exchange in Nairobi is now the worst performing in Africa. We have had more than 6,000 companies moving businesses out of Kenya to the region. And that means losing jobs. These people came to leadership positions helping Kenyans, are telling them they were hustlers, they are hustlers, they are going to give hustlers jobs. Instead of giving them jobs, even the little they have, they've been taking away from them. So these are the challenges. But, well, they say they have their mandate, and we're not challenging that mandate anymore. We said, you now go ahead and lead, all right? We will play our role as a very strong opposition. After all, if I heard President William Ruto has been very clear on this, he wants a strong opposition. But let him also demonstrate that he means it. Because there are leaders who say one thing and they mean the opposite. Because if you want a strong opposition, you cannot, by the same breath, go and weaken the same opposition.
I know every issue in the NADCO report matters, but then can you say that the NADCO report served its purpose, and especially your committee?
We did our best, I can tell you. We were not perfect. The issues are numerous. We, in fact, had extra agenda items, like memoranda from the judiciary itself on the need to even maybe hopefully make the number of Supreme Court judges move up from, are they 6 or 7, to 9 or 12 or 11, all right? But we could not deal with that issue. Some of these will require serious attention, and some of them will require referendum, right? We could not arrogate to ourselves the responsibility of knowing what is best for Kenyan people. We did point out the direction. For example, on the creation of the 2 offices of the leader of official position and that of the prime minister, we know that we recommended that even if there's some interim measures, but the issue must go before the population in a referendum. Yeah, the issues that
we likely to have a referendum anytime soon, or we're going to wait for the
people should not be afraid of a referendum. They shouldn't at all. But I think that our friends on the other side are so scared of the word referendum. They would rather go and spread all over the place stories about state capture, which nobody understands. Because if there's state capture, it is these people who are really messing up with the independence of the judiciary, even reducing the efficacy and the performance of houses of parliament, because parliament is critical. The parliament has a responsibility to enact laws, and the executive should try to implement those laws. But where you have the executive trying to mess around with the parliament, then you end up with a very unfortunate situation. This is definitely not where we want to take Kenya. And Kenyans are very clear. Kenyans have come of age, 60 years of independence, right? And you know, unlike many countries in Africa, Elizabeth, this country has had a very active civil society. And Kenyans are educated across the board. Kenyans know, for example, that it will never be useful anymore to come armed with billions of shillings to bribe people and expect to vote for you. In the coming years, people should be ready to know that the people who have plundered the economy will come and bribe you with the money that they have used, that they have taken away from you through high taxation. By the way, the issue of high cost of living is heavily linked with the matter of incredible high taxation regime.
However, President William Ruto over and over has said that they found empty coffers. And
I don't know who can believe that story. Because have we not seen that in a day they are collecting 900 million through e-citizen? A year is gone. A year is gone. Nobody should have any excuse. And there's no evidence of what they're saying, empty coffers. We hear that story. It's a very easy narrative to get away. The other one, you want to confuse Kenyans as state capture. Well, in fact, it is them who are actually now doing exactly that through the example I've just
given. How is Azimio going to help Kenyans through the strong opposition?
Azimio will be there for Kenyans, and I want to assure Kenyans, we will do our best as Azimio not to let you down. Yes, and we will stay together. For a start, we propose as Azimio to hang together. It's very important.
You say that Azimio will stay together. However, we've seen leaders trading barbs on social media over the NADCO report.
Oh, that's expected. In a democracy, again, we cannot all read exactly from the same script. And we read from the same script, different scripts, and we sit and agree, because during the course of those negotiations, as the leader of the team, I made sure that the summit, right from President Uhuru Kenyatta, from Raila Odinga, and the rest of us, were always adequately briefed on the sticking issues. And we would, of course, obtain concurrence Like on the issue of the cost of living, we are absolutely of the same mind. And we cannot let Kenyans down on that.
That means Azimio is intact according to you.
Absolutely intact.
All right. I know
Absolutely.
you've turned 70. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, and to you as well.
Thank you. Thank you
your
too.
birthday child.
And I know very
Only
well.
doing third floor.
I know you have a plan. Can we say that?
I have a plan? You
Yeah,
made me sound like Kenya Kwanza.
I believe you have your plan, political plan that is.
Yeah.
And maybe you can tell Kenyans what we expect from you 2024. And more so, are you going to be on the ballot 2027?
I don't know why you rush to this issue of being in the ballot. Before you get onto the ballot, you must make sure there is a credible IEBC. Because there's no point of saying you'll be in the ballot only to end up getting completely messed up. Well, in fact, you have the numbers. All right? And this is what has happened in the last 3 subsequent elections. 2022, 2017, 2013. So we must first of all make sure the institutions and the playing field is level. Then we will make those important announcements and decisions. Decisions, of course, will be followed by announcements. And of course, even before that, consultations. I lead a party called Wiper Democratic Movement, which believes in consultation. This is why Kenyans will agree is a very highly disciplined political movement. So we intend to continue that way. And within Azimio, the same. Yeah.
So you say there will be something for us 2027?
Definitely,
or rather for Kenyans,
there will be announcements. And like now, Kenya is already ahead. The thing about Kenyans, I like about our people, is they can be ahead of the leaders. They're already ahead of the leaders. You hear some of them say the 6th, some others saying hashtag mapema.
But what is your take on this?
Yeah, they're already ahead, they know.
And what is your decision?
And you know, God speaks to his people in different ways.
Thank you so
maybe
much.
Some of them have already seen a revelation. We'll follow them. Yes.
Thank you so much. I will be here also to hear your revelation.
Well done. You could also be a revelation carrier.
As the days go. Happy birthday once again.
Happy
and
birthday
Merry
to you,
Christmas.
Liz, and
thank
may you
so
live to many, many, many more. And may I take the opportunity to wish your viewers, your listeners, a very Merry Christmas. And a year that will be better than 2023. We hope 2024 will be a better year. And that Kenyans will have resolved to hold together as a nation. And they will have resolved to isolate extremists who come in the name of all manner of things and goodies, and to be able to point their minds in the right direction with regard to the leadership.
Thank you so much. Which is your favorite tune currently?
My favorite tune. I'm talking about I've actually been watching this young man called Israel Mbonyi.
Yeah.
He's a Rwandese, but he sings like a Tanzanian. Very poetic. When he says, Nina Siri, Siri, na Jasiri. Jasiri is buffalo soldier.
Yeah.
Jasiri. But that's okay.
That's your tune.
I like it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Wonderful gospel.
We'll be singing soon, or rather later.
Yeah.
And thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having me each and every time. Thank you so much for watching TV47. Back to you in studio.
All right, thank you, Liz, for that candid interview with the Wiper leader, Kalonzo Musyoka. And on that note, we call it a wrap here on TV47 News. Now you're now up to date on what has been taking shape for the better part of the day. I now leave you at it. You know, the chapatis, the nyama choma, but for us, we are working to your benefit so that you can be up to date on what is taking shape in the world of news. My name is Moige William. Many thanks to each and everyone who made this broadcast a success.